I'm so late to this, like most of my videos, but Dueling Dragons is kinda coming back, but not really. If you didn't already know, Universal Orlando is building a roller coaster for their third park epic universe under the name Starfall Racers. In this video, we're gonna go in depth about this coaster and take a deep dive into how good it could actually be when it opens. Before I begin, I hope you will consider subscribing because it really helps a small channel like me out. And another quick announcement, we have a Discord now, link in the description. Alright, first off, I actually really want to talk about this coaster's name, Starfall Racers. It fits the Celestial Park land, and it almost sounds peaceful, but as for the theme, I don't think it's going to stretch too far to the queue line in first launch. Hopefully Universal will add some set pieces to the ride, but who knows. Now onto the actual ride. This coaster is made by Mack. Some of the rides this manufacturer makes are world class, but most of them are just middle of the road. One thing it does seem you can always rely on them though are smooth and reliable coasters, and it seems like they're just getting better and better with rides like Ride to Happiness, and as much as I hate to admit it, Hyperia. My point, Starfall Racers could be their golden coaster, but for that to happen, I think they need to excel in one thing, and it's kind of their weakness. The launch needs to hit. For years, Mack have been clowned on for their slow launches, but we've lately been seeing a lot stronger examples. I mean, just look at the launch on Beyond the Cloud. It looks more to me like the Intamin launches we've come to know and love. Alright, enough talk about what this coaster can be, let's actually look at what it is. The ride starts with a 180-degree turn and then a launch directly under the station. After this, the ride has an airtime hill which looks to give some really solid ejector. You then go into another airtime hill with a 180-degree twist at the top. Here's where the ride split as they curve in opposite directions. They then both go into more bunny hops, crossing over each other, which feels more like a filler element, before the trains go directly at each other in a turnaround flyby. Coasters then have one more interlocking airtime hill before hitting the second launch. The first half of this coaster looks like an absolute airtime machine with decent dueling moments. Assuming the launches are what I mentioned earlier, I think every element of this part will either have strong floater or ejector. A really solid way to start a coaster. Back to the layout now. The second half starts with a crazy element, whereas the train goes up on an airtime hill, the other inverts over it, and on the way down, it's the same, just opposite. This element seems like it'll mess with your brain, similar to the arcade roll on Air Force 1, and I think after you get done with it, you'll need a second to catch your breath. But you don't get that yet, instead you go into one more twister section, which looks to give even more airtime before you pop into the brakes. And yeah, that's pretty much the ride. It looks to be a really solid mack coaster. I feel like rides like Ride to Happiness and Hyperia are still going to be slightly better than this, but I think in terms of US coasters, this will be the king of Macks. Will it be the king of dueling coasters? Of course not. Have you seen Dueling Dragons in China? But will it be the best Universal coaster? No, probably not. Velocicoaster beats this any day. But that's not saying I'm not excited for this coaster. Like I said, this could be Mack's golden coaster, but we don't know that for sure, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. Have a great day.